Sunday, April 15th, 3 p.m. Mountain Time, 2018. Guys, in this video, we're going to take a look at, well, first, this big Frankenstorm that's extending 2,200 miles from Canada to northern Cuba. That is a unified system dropping every known form of precipitation, including, well, it just had a tornado warning down off the east coast of Florida near Cocoa Beach. It's got everything from high winds to sleet, hail, like I said earlier, it had a tornado signature in it. Big, powerful storm dropping up to 30 inches of snow in the Green Bay, Wisconsin area, 18 to 12 inches over into parts of eastern Minnesota. Just an unbelievable storm. Aesthetically, that thing is literally over 2,200 miles long. That's a unified storm. Unbelievable. But what I think it's doing, or what it appears to be doing, appears to be stirring the waters up in Lake Michigan. Starting back on Friday the 13th, there was an event, they call it a meteo tsunami. Some call the event a Sichi wave event. Either way, water got to sloshing around out of Lake Michigan. This was on Friday at around 12:30 p.m. Lake Michigan Pier briefly submerged during Great Lakes Meteo Tsunami. This is from mlive.com. And as you can see clearly, the water did rise, covered that pier. What they're saying, according to this article, is that a Sichi wave, which is a sudden change in the air pressure, creates a wave that can come in along the shore. There was a witness that saw this happen, and Sichi waves, I've read about those, they do happen, okay? That's just part of how the atmosphere works. But there was a witness that watched this event from a parking lot near Lakeshore Drive, and she said the water disappeared, and then it came rushing in, and then it disappeared again, like the coastal water anomalies that we've seen like near Navarre, Florida and Tampa Bay. But I do have to admit, this storm here is a big, powerful storm, so it could have something to do with what we're seeing here. But anyway, here's the video. I'll play. This was sent into my Facebook inbox.
It's the most amazing thing ever in life. Look at this.
It's in Lake Michigan.
This whole freaking playground is flooded. Look at all this water. This is a parking lot. I just talked to the Coast Guard. They were flipping out. They have never seen anything like this either. Look at how this water is rushing back to the lake. It's flooded all the way to, what is that street? Lakeshore Drive. What in the world just happened? The Coast Guard guys just said they have never seen anything like this. That was freaking amazing. The Coast Guard guys are like, they've never seen anything like that. Yeah, where's all this coming from? It all washed in. The water pulled back. The water pulled back like a tsunami. And then it all just came in. Yes. There's water all the way down to Lakeshore Drive.
It was like, are you serious?
Yes. No, it didn't come in. It like just rose. The water pulled back like really far so you could see the sand. Look at that. That's flooded all the way up there. God, I never get out the house. I should get out more often. Look at this. This is a street. Let's keep our lakes clean, folks. Look at the water rushing out of the playground. This is Lake Michigan. Look at, there's like currents over there. You see that? My phone's dying, so I can't see the screen. Lake Michigan, folks. Look at it. Rushing back out. Look at all that foam. We swim in that. Ugh. no, the water's pulling way back out again. You guys see that? The water's pulling way back out again. My phone's dying. I don't know, it's kind of scary, like I should leave. Oh, wow, look at that.
Pretty wild. We had a really wild wind chill. Flag when we were right in the thick of it, Thomas, pulling straight west.
Both the break walls were covered with water. Look at that water. It's freaking gone. Yes, this is amazing. I have never seen anything like this.
I talked to the guy, the Coast Guard guy, and I was like, is that like a tsunami or something? He said, because I was watching them. They were trying to get their boat in.
Yes, I watched that too.
And then all of a sudden I look at their boat, or their truck, and it's like underwater. And I was like, oh my God.
But look now. You see it now? It's pulling way back out again.
I know, but this is all going to come back in again because we come over everything else. This is kind of...
Both of the break walls were covered.
Yeah.
So that's Lake Michigan 2 days ago. Then today, Lake Erie, which is right here up against Ohio and parts of Pennsylvania, New York. I'm not exactly sure of the location. In fact, I came across this article by accident. I was looking for the Lake Michigan story. Found this article, MonroeNews.com. Grand Beach was one of the areas hit heaviest, and I emphasize one of the areas hit heaviest by floods on Sunday. That's today, as water from Lake Erie flowed over onto the shore due to heavy winds. And you can see that these houses have taken on some significant water. At least some of them have. Look at that. It's a pretty big deal. That's from Lake Erie. 2 days ago, Lake Michigan. And we're looking at this gigantic storm. So maybe it is what's causing these water issues in the Great Lakes. I'm going to be honest, I've been watching the Great Lakes very closely because of all the water anomalies that we've seen in this part of, or on this part of the earth. We've seen them all the way from Newfoundland down to southern Brazil, in fact, farther down in South America, and everywhere in between, along the shores of Florida, the Florida Panhandle, near Navarre, Florida, the Caribbean, Central America, Belize, Ecuador. So the Great Lakes are exactly that. They're Great Lakes. They're large bodies of water. So I've been kind of waiting on a report coming from at least one of the Great Lakes for water anomalies. Then today, or within the past 48 hours, we get 2 reports. But we've also got a big Frankenstorm there too. So did this create the Sichi wave effect from the sudden increase in air pressure pushing down, moving the water? Could have been. I mean, we've got this bridge here, the Mackinac Bridge. This story was released today from MLive, Michigan News. They're only allowing some vehicles to cross the bridge due to the high winds. That bridge is right here. Separates Lake Huron from Lake Michigan. And this is partially closed because water is going over the bridge. So, kind of a big deal. This storm is it's one for the record books, but these storms these days are more common than they are rare. I mean, look at this thing. That's huge. Extends all the way from Cuba to Canada. I mean, I'm just saying, guys, look at that. You know, I've been a watchman for a long time. And what I mean by that is I monitor space, the earth, the oceans, the atmosphere. It's just something that I really enjoy doing. I'm fascinated by all this. I don't think I've ever seen a storm that had that many independent weather cells in them that were containing strong storms, hail. In fact, just a few minutes ago, there was a tornado signature down off the coast of Florida near Cocoa Beach, dropping nearly 30 inches of snow in some places up here. It's just incredible. It really is. And it's linear, running south to north. It's just bizarre. It really is. So anyway, I don't know what's going on up there, but more than likely, I would say that those lakes are being influenced by that big storm. But you never know. This, however, is not being influenced by that storm at all. It's probably 1,800 miles away in Colorado. I want to thank Dave for sharing these photos with me from, what's this called? Valsito Lake. This is up near Durango, Colorado. And you can see it's what once was Valsito Lake. The water is 99% gone. See here, it's just empty, almost empty. It says there's not even enough water to flow through the spillway. And you can see some nice little retreats here that were positioned by what used to be a lake. Not anymore. The water is gone. He said that this river is gone. It's now a creek that runs through this area. So thank you, David, for sharing these photos. These are definitely not a side effect from a gigantic 2,200-mile long storm. That's way over here in Colorado. So those I would consider water anomalies. This one here, though, that's affecting the Great Lakes, could be a side effect from the storm, I will say. Could be Sichi waves. I have heard of those. I've read about them years ago. They do happen. They can occur, but we've got flooding from both Lake Michigan and Lake Erie just a few hours ago. In fact, the flooding coming out of Lake Erie is pretty significant. And this storm system is still very, very impressive. It's dropping a lot of heavy rain south of Pittsburgh, east of Pittsburgh, well, actually all around the whole Pittsburgh area. Virginia, North Carolina, you can see parts of far eastern Tennessee. Very heavy rainfall, high winds, hail, and a lot of snow. Big, big Frankenstorm. All right, guys, that's all I've got for now. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.